A college student secretly gave birth to a baby in the bathroom. Desperate to keep the school from finding out, she asked her best friend to hold the newborn while she ran to the dorm to grab a bag and figure out how to move the baby. Worried someone might walk in and discover the child, the friend took the baby into a stall to hide. But what she didn't expect was that the so-called best friend had a sinister plan. That girl showed up moments later with the class advisor in tow. She didn't just lie, claiming the baby belonged to the girl. She went so far as to accuse her of trying to drown the baby in the toilet to protect her spot in the graduate school program. The student was covered in blood. In an instant, rumors spread like wildfire. She was branded the bad girl, the disgrace of the campus. Humiliated and cornered by relentless accusations, she nearly took her own life. And that's exactly what the scheming girl wanted. Her boyfriend soon arrived at the scene, but instead of worrying about her, he looked straight at the baby and shocked everyone by claiming the child was his and the girl's. He even accused her in front of the entire school, saying, "How could you be so heartless? You're the baby's mother." It wasn't until that moment that the truth clicked into place. The guy her best friend had been sneaking into the dorm room in a suitcase was her boyfriend. She was crushed. She didn't understand why the two people she trusted most would betray her like this. That's when the fake friend revealed the reason: to destroy her reputation and steal her graduate school recommendation. As if that weren't enough, the boyfriend later pretended to rescue her only to push her off a building. But fate gave her a second chance. She woke up the day before everything happened. This time, she wasn't going down without a fight. She immediately went to a phone store and bought a tiny hidden camera, because this time, she was going to live stream everything. Sure enough, when she got back to the dorm, the scheming girl faked stomach pain and asked her to go to the bathroom together. Just like in the previous timeline, she gave birth in the stall and tearfully begged her to keep it a secret. But this time, the hidden camera on her chest was streaming the whole thing to the internet. Meanwhile, the principal caught wind of the situation from a teacher. Furious that the school's name might be dragged through the mud, he called an emergency board meeting to discuss damage control. Back in the bathroom, the girl agreed to hold the baby, wrapping it in her clothes. Though she hated the manipulative friend, she couldn't bring herself to abandon an innocent child. Then, just like last time, the scheming girl said she needed to grab something from the dorm and asked her to hide with the baby in the stall. The girl pretended to agree, but didn't move an inch after the other girl left. Sure enough, moments later the scheming girl returned, with the class advisor and several students. She immediately started accusing the girl of giving birth out of wedlock, even claiming she was trying to kill the baby. The girl calmly countered that the baby belonged to the other girl. But since the audience hadn't seen the live stream, and because the baby was in her arms, no one believed her. She tried to get another roommate to back her up, someone who would have known the real girl was pregnant. But that roommate had already been bribed, and publicly claimed the baby was hers. With both sides accusing each other, the advisor decided to call in the boyfriend for a final word. Meanwhile, school leaders were watching the live stream in shock. It was already a massive scandal, and now that the truth was coming out, they knew the school would be in serious trouble if they didn't clear the girl's name.